have 3 aerial nodes all listening for a command. We just started the ground unit as transmitting. It received it at node 1, and so now node 1 is now sending the acknowledgement back to ground. Ground received it, and so now the next process is that node 1 is going to communicate with node 2. It's going to convert it into slave mode. So now node 2 received slave mode, sending an acknowledgement back to node 1 to turn off. And so the next process is they're going to send a dual tone signal. So node 1 is going to send a dual tone to node 2, is going to ping it back. They're both going to record a frequency. It's going to do an FFT and record the frequency. And now node 2 is going to transmit that frequency information to node 1. And so node 1 received the frequency information. Now it's going to append that with its data from the 2 tones. So now it's send an acknowledgement to node 2 to turn off. And now node 1 is going to transmit to ground the frequency information, the 10,000 samples, and the timestamps for the dual tone. And so now ground is receiving those 10,000 samples plus all that extra information. We're checking end of markers. So every transmission has an end of transmission marker, and this program is counting those. When we've gotten 2 end of transmission markers, we know that we have a successful set of data, and it'll terminate this process. And so what's going to happen after that is that once this captures all the data, it's then going to then master node 1 is going to do the same process with node 3. There it is. They got all end of markers. Now it's going to send an acknowledgement to turn node 1 off. And so now node 1 is going to communicate with node 3, the furthest left node. There's the acknowledgement telling node 1 to turn off. And now they're going into a dual tone. So node 1 says dual tone to node 3. Node 3 sends it back. They both turn off. And now node 3 is going to send its frequency and timing information to node 1. And there's the information. Node 1 is capturing it. It got it. And it's going to send an acknowledgement, tell node 3 to turn off. And now node 1 is going to send the second 10,000 samples of information back to ground. And so now ground is receiving it. And we're once again counting the end of markers. And so at the end, once it counts the end of markers, that is the end of this full sequence. It will then start it all over with node 2 being master and programming the other 2 nodes to become slave. So we got the first end of marker. This is 10,000 samples, 2 16-bit integers, a lot of information. BPSK, 5 megabits per sample, so the transmission is pretty slow. We got the second end of marker, and so now it's going to send an acknowledgement to turn off node 1, and now it's going to start the whole sequence again with node 2, which is the middle one. And then from there it just repeats.